biggest rule of thumb in New York is you have to control your runoff water. So they've got to
And every
control
time I walk,
that water system.
I'll definitely,
I mean, I've even taken my phone and put it up with this,
Just make sure. that-
No, I'll-
you're there.
I'm starting to, you know,
if you drop your ball,
I'm not interested in making that difficult.
Oh, that's funny.
But check it out on the Conesville website.
When you get a minute, is my address.
All right, let me just get this set up.
I'll even order this myself. Maybe we'll re-roll in on the because I got buddies coming up. Oh, I don't for you.
It's an acre of land between this and our property, and it's all downhill from, basically from the. You know, it's gonna course 200 feet of. You know,
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
if it is.
How are you keeping your dam? There's so much rock.
Yeah.
You can suggest if they don't know about keying in their dam. You should suggest.
How are you?
How are you gonna keep everything?
I'm gonna on it.
You have more to say.
So there's keying it in any course.
Oh, it is. It's not the, stuff that happens in what? So that's all the days. All right, good. No problem.
So we went to one.
Good.
It's really good.
Oh, we only got 5 minutes. My dear, you have no idea.
I do. I do.
Oh, you know.
Oh, Mike's on this end.
That's why you have good stuff in the article. That's why your stuff is good in the article. Yeah, if I didn't screw up the, or if the school district didn't screw up the class photo, I would definitely agree. No, actually, the only one, I was almost shocked. Because if I did a class.
His wife was representing.
Yeah.
And then I saw there was a different realtor.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Why not?
Oh my gosh, that's even better than I.
I was gonna ask the questions, because I think it's all really mowed and everything, the sheds are gone, the sign's gone.
I saw the signs were down, that was the first time. Yeah. Should be nice.
So we go by that.
Never go to bed. Carl.
Pretty excited. Good, seeing involved. Which it's a male, but obviously very German. So that he's like.
We remember that. Pretty sure she doesn't.
And they sold the property in South Down too.
I didn't realize, I saw that, I didn't realize she sold it.
Yeah, the, on the farm side. The oldest brother, Billy, got the other side. Guess Paris got something in the city, and I'm not sure about that.
Didn't know that.
Right. Billy was my age.
Yep.
Paris was the youngest. Carmela was
I never met her. I know.
yeah.
What do you think, Gary? I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do this.
You do the roll call, please. Let's do this.
Supervisor Federici.
I'm here.
Councilman Fancher.
Here.
Councilwoman Mattias. Here. Councilman Pradman.
Here.
Councilman Smith.
Here.
There's two of us.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. We're coming up. It's kind of warm in here, but nice outside. We will start. Public hearing, Frank, Margaretville telephone.
I just noticed that. I apologize.
Okay.
I did not pick that out.
I don't want to do that over. Privilege of the floor, you said there was a gentleman that expressed an interest in coming to speak.
Yes, but I do not believe I see that person, and there was nobody on the clipboard unless they added it in the last minute. So.
And we know everybody that's sitting here, so it's not him.
Not him.
Okay. Moving along, is there anybody, nobody signed in, we're good to go. We have the minutes from the June 13th meeting. Guys have all seen copies of it. Any comments, suggested changes?
Motion we accept them.
I'll second. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? So carried. So you got a report from the assessor.
I got an email from her about 5 minutes ago. Dear board members, on July 2022 assessors report, property assessment rolls were finalized and delivered for July 1st to the town clerk. Process has started for reevaluation for 2023. I'm reviewing sales from 2019 to current 2022. I met with Karen Quinn from state, Ellen from county real property, Bob Bergelow and Mark Loss in June to start revaluation plan. We'll meet again July 25th to go over the values of the sales. Mark is a tremendous help in this process. Very few calls are coming into the office right now. The new phone system is very helpful in receiving and responding to calls. Thanks to her.
Okay, thank you. Any comments, motions?
Motion.
You have a motion for Lori?
That's okay.
You have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carry. Moving along to the code enforcement report. I know Richard contacted us and said he wasn't going to be able to make it. He did leave a report.
He did. There's been one new building permit issued, 2 certificates of occupancy, 1 certificate of compliance, 5 permit renewals, 2 property search requests, 3 final inspections, 3 code inspections, 7 worksite visits, 7 no permit visits, 1 compliance follow-up visit, 120 total miles driven.
Okay. He's busy.
Sounds it.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, we accept his report.
Okay. We have a motion that accept the report from Kelly. Do we have a second? Second from Carl. All in favor? Any opposed? Harry, town clerk's report.
Okay, so 4 dog licenses renewed this July, with 2 renewals. 1 sewer district payment, and of course, we had 2 deaths, so we had some death certificates this month as well.
Okay. Well, glad we're busier in the building department section than we are in the death certificate area.
Likewise,
Okay.
it's been our busiest month so far. I mean, wait.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Karen, I didn't need a motion, I'm sorry.
Can we get a motion?
Yeah,
I didn't say motion, derived that. Yeah, you're right.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Second, first motion by Lori, second by Kelly, all in favor, said aye. Done.
Eric Cookin.
Yep, okay. Tax collectors report.
We have nothing from Diane.
Now, this is the time of year where it's real quiet.
Yep.
Not collecting anymore, county's taking that over. Sewer district operators report.
All right, average daily flow rate for the month of June was 3,281 gallons a day. They purchased a 5-gallon gas can from G&H in Wyndham and picked up 5 gallons of gas from the highway department. Reached out to Emmons Metro to check on the status of the pump. They came down and pulled from the main wet well located at the plant. They took the pump back to their shop to rebuild because it's under warranty. They did advise that the pump rebuild has been completed and that they would be dropping it off the next time that they would be coming near our area. They created a comprehensive list of tools and supplies and equipment that they really needed to aid operation and maintenance process at the plant and the collection system. Any questions, reach out to Travis.
Okay. Motion to accept. Sewer district operators report from Bob, seconded by Carl. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Carried. Historian.
Kim did not leave a report. I think she kind of covered most of everything over at the other meeting. Basically, the Historical Society does have a checking account now. We are accepting memberships. We've been working on figuring out a logo and t-shirts and stuff like that for the Historical Society so that we can start a pre-order on that and some other fundraising type things for the house renovation. And I know she had a couple of like genealogy related requests, and she's been working in conjunction with you on the cemeteries as well. So.
Okay. Well, we'll thank you for your version of historian's report. I don't think we have to vote on that. Highway super.
I generated a report on Wednesday to Carrie, and later on in the week, Friday and today, some minor additional things have developed, which I will add verbally to my report. Continued ditching and replacement of culverts along South Mountain Road. We have gotten the pavement roller back, and it seems to be in good running order. Our boom mower was out of service for several days, and we are exploring the means to replace that unit. I
I met with the DEP regarding the logging project on Potter Mountain Road. There is some concern about the logging trucks pulling out, depending upon which direction they will be going in. In the rare occasion when they need to turn around, they will utilize the driveway to the town gravel bank. DEC inspected our gravel pit and made some minor recommendations we need to complete by the end of July. Our two big projects for the summer, besides the paving of South Mountain Road, are going to be the complete replacement of two large failing culverts on Champlin Road and on Bowling Road. We will then replace the guardrails with pressure-treated lumber. I'm waiting for a hard date to start as of this writing. I have received that hard date today. It's going to be Wednesday and Thursday of next week. I know the family, there's two residences on that road. The residents about the middle of the way up has been asking for this culvert to be replaced for, I believe, 3 to 4 years. And so we've working with the supervisor, we've enlisted the help of some outside agencies, and we are going to do these culverts Wednesday and Thursday. The other one, of course, is Bowling Road. They're both going to be drastically enlarged so that the erosion issue, it gets minimized. So those people, I think, are going to be very happy. I spoke with the DEC today. I received a complaint from Jerry Hughes that the stream bank along the creek down there on Penguin Road by the bridge is failing. And actually it is. If you go around to the top there to Carver's driveway and you walk through the weeds, you will be in for a big surprise if you're not watching where you're going, because it's a sheer drop. So I spoke with the DEC today, and they're going to come. I'm meeting them Tuesday in a week to discuss that.
Did Jerry tell you that he had soil and water come there?
He did, and he says nobody's interested in helping the situation. I tried calling DEP. They said that's not their property.
That's right.
I didn't really know where to start, so I started with DEP. I literally went over to their Route 30 office and spoke with two fine gentlemen. They went and they looked at it and they said, it's not our property, you gotta call DEC. So I did that, and I'm meeting with them on Tuesday.
Did Jerry tell you that they got a grant to survey and study it and figure out what remediation needs to be done?
He said that somebody was there last year, but nothing ever happened.
Okay.
So if I need to follow up on something, please let me know.
The guy, write this down, his name is Pete Nichols, Nichols. He's a great guy. He's the head of soil and water.
In the county.
Yes, he doesn't work for the county, he works for the federal government, NRCS. But just tell him that I suggest that you call me to get an update.
And so would his number be in the county directory?
No, I have his email.
You do? Okay, super.
Yeah, he's a good guy, he won't blow you up.
Okay. So the two big things are getting these culverts, and I know that they've been waiting a long time for this to get accomplished, and I'm actually pretty happy that we're going to be able to do it. So.
I am too. They've been complaining for a while. But they were nice about it. I mean.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank you, Bill.
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried.
Who was the second?
Kelly, okay, Carl was there. Okay. Thank you. Supervisors County report. I really didn't have very much. I think you read it in the paper. I don't know how much this really impacts people in Conesville, but our county administrator, our first and only, has taken a job over in Otsego County. And new challenge for him there. He's done a lot for the county here, bringing us, I'll say, and maybe Matt will or will not print it, but he got us partway out of the Stone Age compared to the way we were operating now versus then. But he's looking for new challenges, and they can use his help. So we will be starting a search for another county administrator who's like the chief operating officer, to use an analogy in business. Something was suggested and I said, don't ever say that again. Not with me, I can do it, but I don't. I'd have to give up this job. No, forget it. No, you're not allowed to hold two offices, another office if you're a county administrator. Pay is good, but. All right, that's all I have. Yeah, one other thing, I don't know if I mentioned this, but with the, you probably heard the state talking about, or maybe they did lower the gas tax at the pump. And that sounds great, but it's really not so great. The reason I say that, well, there's two reasons I say that. And this applied to Schoharie County, because there's some talk about us doing that in Schoharie County. Getting rid of the sales tax on the first, I think it's $3 through 5. So it's like 16 cents a gallon. Right? Actually, the county share is 4 cents, so it's 8 cents a gallon. It's been shown in the past, and it was pointed out to me, because I was in favor of this. That's a great idea, get people relief. And you may have already noticed that when the state did it, all of a sudden the price creeps right back up after 2 or 3. Only thing that's happening is making a higher profit margin for the gas retailers. You probably have seen that. Wow.
I don't see the,
No, but you visit these places a lot.
yeah,
But so, and you know what, that's just the way it is, free market. And, but the problem with Schoharie County is not only that, but if you take, just to say it's $200,000, $300,000 in a year off the sales tax for fuel oils. You have to make that up from somewhere. It isn't to say, hey, this is a good deal. That goes against your property tax. And part of the problem is your property tax will go up more than what the average person is offset for fuel. Why? Because people drive through Schoharie County. They buy gas and diesel here. They don't care. It's not going to be made up against their property tax. So we're actually paying more. And I'm not a big fan of Barack Obama, but he was right when they produced this idea to him when he was president. He says it's a gimmick. It's just a shell game, moving it around, making people think they're getting a better deal. So he's right. So, but what all that long lead in was, I promised them to be quick. And you're giving me the evil eye. Come to that. Not yet. But there are some people that are really hurting big time. And I saw a lady came into the office up in the county. She had a $6.09 a gallon fuel oil bill, and she wanted me to stay. And she said she didn't know how she was going to continue to do that if it goes through the winter.
I don't know what anybody's gonna do.
No, I'll tell you, it's ridiculous. And, I mean, it's not the fault of guys like Hidden Valley or they did.
They have to buy it too.
Yes. So Erwin Rosa, the supervisor from the town of Seward, came to me with an idea. I like it. If we're willing to forego the revenue on a certain amount of the motor fuels from the sales tax, we know, we get reports from the state on a whole bunch of things for sales tax, what it was against. I mean, new cars, it could be automobiles, restaurants, hotels, but there's a category for motor fuels. We can take a certain percentage of that and put it into a fund. Now, we know the people who get heat benefits. And I don't want to get into who deserves it and doesn't deserve it. That's whatever. Any program has its share of abuse. So, but those people, the state guaranteed is not going to put enough money into that program. And most of these people are seniors on very limited incomes. This woman that brought it to my attention. It was an octopus. What do you call somebody? An octogenarian or something like that, somebody in their 80s. So we might, it's in the earliest stages, it might not pan out, but we might have that money set aside. But we'll give it to not to the people, because that has a way of ending up somewhere else for some. We will pay providers directly that participate in the program already for heat. And that also includes, as I reminded them, if we do this, there's a lot of heat activity here in Scary County, in Conesville. There's a lot of it, and they're buying firewood. What? In this day and age? Yes. And we've got a couple of,
Gonna be a lot more of that this year.
you bet. Oh, by the way, I'm sure it's not exactly staying the same, but it's still far better than 609 a gallon.
People can't afford to put, 300 gallons of oil in their tank every month at $7 a gallon.
It's $2,100.
People just can't afford it.
Now, electricity, I've heard, is only going up like 10 to 20%, which sounds outrageous. But now electric heat is starting to look, and this is part of the grand design. Don't tell me it's
Give it
not.
time, young man.
Yeah.
It'll
Give it
go up
time.
just like everything else.
As soon as they get all this oil and gas out of here, you think the price for electricity is gonna stay low?
Of course not.
Absolutely not.
No.
Just a game.
Yes, it is. But anyway, we're looking at that, and it's not final, but I think it's worth looking at, because it's now. I'm not a big fan of giveaways, but this isn't a giveaway. These people they're gonna have to leave.
Anything's worth looking at.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now, we're not gonna give all the tax dollars away, but
Whether or not it actually comes to fruition and turns into something that's worth exploring, at least to give some relief to some people.
yes. And by the way, we don't even have to go look for these people or ask them to apply. We already know, because we have the Department of Social Services administering the heat program. So it's all set up. There might be some other categories of people we might want to think about, disabilities, I don't know. But I just said, if you really want to make this kickoff, and the board likes it, keep it simple.
Yes.
Keep it very simple.
Because we're gonna lose our base of people,
Yeah,
is what's gonna happen. We're gonna make it so it's too expensive for anybody to live in our little town.
that's what they want.
Yeah, I know.
But they don't like rural towns. They don't like people driving 30 miles to go to the grocery store.
When they leave, they're not gonna just leave Conesville, they're gonna leave New York
Oh, I
State.
meant the whole thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're gonna be living in one of those states that doesn't have all these taxes.
Yeah.
Why do you think those states are growing and ours is shrinking? There's a reason for that.
I love Texas, but it's. Yeah, that's, I'll pass on that. All right, that's my report. Motion to accept the supervisor's county report. All right, we have a motion from Lori and a second from Bob. All those in favor? Any opposed? You don't have to agree with what I said, just accept it. All right, it's town business. You have a copy of the May 2022 financial report. Comments, questions? Yeah, but I also. For the board, I'll pass it around.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you want, I'll pass it around.
I passed it back.
Oh, let's pass it over there. We can move on to something else. I just didn't want to print out 5 of those. Well, I'm gonna move on. We'll circle back to that.
Do you need another copy?
All right, thank you. Thank you. Bob's already looked at it. All right. You also have a budget resolution. There it is. This is just for routine business that we do every month. Yep, nothing out of the ordinary. Since it is, if anybody has any objection, say so now, but otherwise, we need to do a roll call.
Supervisor Federici,
Aye.
Councilman Fisher,
Aye.
Councilwoman Matei. Councilman Carmen,
Aye.
Councilman Smith,
Aye.
Thank you. I didn't know how to face that, to be honest with you. Okay. You finished looking, you still looking at that? Okay. We have a motion to accept the May 2022 Supervisor's Financial Report. Carl makes the motion,
One second.
second from Lauren, all in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Carry. Well, this is sort of related. I kept the subject as property tax discussion, but we're going to be starting the budget cycle once again this year. Probably first week in August, I'll be asking, especially Bill, for input on budget for next year. I told you I'd sit with you, do that more proactive. But everybody else that has some portion of a budget will also get a request for telling us what they need for next year, also with a report that tells us what they spent against their budget this year. And what I started to do last year, because I think it gives you a better picture, is a rolling 12 months. In other words, what you spent in the last 12 months as of July 31st, because there's some seasonal things you will normally pick up this time of the year. So, and there's always fuel, which is going to be a killer, especially for, well, even here, but a killer, especially with the highway department. And, you know, sometimes we just say, we'll put 2% on, that should cover it. I don't think so. There is no sense in saying we're not going to budget for it because it's too much. We're going to need to do it. So it is going to be a super challenge everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. So, moving on, the bond or bond anticipation note for the loader. Working with the bank, you guys authorized me to negotiate with them for anything up to 3%. And for those of you who don't know, this is a renewal of a note that we had. A municipality can do for up to 5 years. Then they have to do what they call serialized, which is 10 years. And you don't want to have it. So we've already paid off 1/5 of the price of the loader. This will be for another 1/5 in the second year. It's the National Bank of Coxsackie. We had a tremendous interest rate of 0.65%, which was a lot lower than the, we could have, we didn't have the money to pay it. 0.65 might as well have been close to 0%. So it was in our interest. Well, interest rates are going up, and they do want to maintain a relationship with us in terms of adding maybe our checking accounts and things like that. So they gave us a 2.5% when the public rate is 3.5%. I guess I should say thank you, but anyway, there's a resolution here that we need to pass because they're going to want to see it to make sure the board agrees with me saying, yeah, it's good, let's go. And then I will meet with them tomorrow or Wednesday to do all the pay. It's almost like a closing. I mean, it's enough money though to make it that way. So at the end of here, and like I said, Gary, I need you to sign off with me and put your stamp on it, all that other good stuff before we leave. But we have a resolution on the last page. I think I gave you some loose ones too. Perfect. If you could read that, if you don't mind. And then we will.
Resolution authorizing supervisor to sign renewal bond anticipation note for refinance of the 2021
Komatsu.
model WA 320 8-wheel loader in the amount of $143,810.80. Resolved that supervisor of the town of Conesville is hereby authorized to direct to renew and sign bond anticipation note with the National Bank of Coxsackie, New York, for the refinance of the 2021 Komatsu model WA 320 8-wheel loader for the town highway department in the amount of $143,810.80. Interest of 2.5% per annum to mature in July 14th, 2023. This is to certify that the above resolution was offered by Councilman
Federici, I'll make the motion.
And seconded by Councilman.
I'll second. There you go. Like that, I'm fine.
In a meeting of the Town of Conesville Town Board held on July 11th, 2022. Roll call followed, Councilman Smith,
Aye. Yay.
Councilman Prodman.
Aye, but senior, not junior.
Oh,
We can correct that.
fix that.
Sorry. Lord, that's a-
Councilwoman Matthijs. Aye. Councilman Fancher.
Aye.
Supervisor Federici.
Aye. Thank you. And I have the check that you cut for me. I'm gonna pay them that. It's a once a year payment for the interest and for the principal. I'll get it done. at the same time. So, but let's get together before we leave.
That changed that.
Where's it say that? Oh, well, technically I'm a councilman too, but you're right. How's that working out for you, that little bit?
We couldn't live without it.
A nice piece of equipment.
Great.
And we got a great deal on
Very versatile.
it. Okay. Couchman House update. We talked about that a little bit from the Historical Society's perspective. I just want to let you know that this week I have a person coming in from the Mohawk Valley Economic Development District. And she is a certified licensed, something like that, home inspector. Her focus is on green energy or energy conservation, which is fine. I mean, I'll take that as part of the review. She also will look at things that may not be energy related, but need to be done in the house. And she'll tell us what, roughly back in the envelope, what it'll cost. And she'll prioritize for us. Now, again, she's focusing on the energy, which is fine. And if we feel we need a little more meat on the bones on what she reports with the other stuff, then we'll have to get somebody. But right now it's free. Let's see how that works out. And the house itself, when Lori was there, so was Carrie, and Nat, he's a member. It's just messy. There's a lot of things that need to be picked up. And I'm telling you that, yes, there's work to be done, for sure. But it is a lot better than like. I mean, somebody said you're gonna be in by within 6 months. I didn't answer that because I'm a little bit too ambitious, but it is. They say in the business has bones. There's another built like a brick, you know what, also. That's another way to put it. Anyway, keep you posted. Hopefully we can get some more money. The JCAP grant. JCAP Justice Court, something.
Assistance program.
What's that?
Assistance program.
Okay, thank you. That's called JCAP. So does, what's her name? We wanted, part of the grant was that we would get in what they call a split system for heating and AC. And right now we can use some AC, a little stuff in there, but and it would be with a heat pump, really cold air heat pump. That's the future. I'm sure it'll cost $2 around $6 a gallon. So we put out bids, and we've already got the painting done. We've got the riser, which is what makes the judge sits a little bit higher. And the remaining item to be done in terms of construction to the building itself is the floor. And we're just trying to work out a date with the contractor. And we're going to do I would like to do it as soon as we can, but who knows with schedules and things like that, especially that. So we have 3 bids from 3 contractors that have expressed an interest. I'm shocked that we got 3 bids. And you can tell us who they are. I don't know how lengthy they are, but we'll pass them around here. But just give us the bottom line Is that,
E&G General Mechanical has put in a bid coming out at 24,500.
that doesn't mean that it's an acceptable bid, even if it's a low, so you wanna know what he's gonna do for us. Schedule.
Pool tax bid comes in at,
Seriously, this is-
I'm a little confused because on one page it says 25,990, and then on the other page it says 21,690, so I'm not entirely sure which one is the final total. But I'm gonna go with probably a bigger number.
All right,
And then family bands. Bid is 31,000. So I will pass these around. So if I can get that.
just take a second to look.
What was the detail?
Which one is that?
The school town.
This is the two-page one? Unless you want 25 and 21. I think they're Coxsackie, so they got a little bit of a ride. He knows about this stuff and he's looking confused at what they put.
No, no, they're incorporated the NYSERDA
Oh, discount.
discount of 4,300. That's why I came to 21,690. They were at 25,990, but they have the air source heat pump incentive, which is part of the NYSERDA program, which give them, and they're estimating the amount to be 4,300. We probably ought to check with them and make sure that that's where they're at.
I can find out. I know somebody over there.
Me too.
You know, I can ask this person I'm gonna see on Wednesday. They're putting it in there, which is great, but anybody, if we could ask for it too, unless it's not an Energy Star. And then maybe we don't want it if it's not an Energy Star, but this $4,300 or whatever the right number is. If we go with one of the other two, they don't have the exclusive rights to that incentive.
Well, it depends on which grant program they're involved in. If it's a NYSERDA program, then the NYSERDA people give that right to them, and I don't think we would qualify for it. But there's other federal ones that maybe we would qualify for, so it's worth investigating, that's for certain.
12-year parts warranty. Neighbors. Whoever's watching, we're just going through bids right now, and that's why we're quiet.
Probably the compost toilet here, the fan out there runs 24/7.
You can hear that?
You can just hear it.
I thought it was a fan.
twos and ones that left. They're both good units.
Yeah.
Electrical work not included?
Yeah.
That's a problem sometimes. I mean, it doesn't mean necessarily it's a bad thing, but we're not trying to compare apples to apples. Who's that?
City and G.
I think it's New Orleans over the last, what, 3 or 4 years, they built it out.
That was,
Yeah, that
he was one of the guys that worked for him.
oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was B&G contracting, this is
Yeah.
B&G General Mechanical.
Well, maybe we need to do a little more research before we decide, but if you really want to wait another 30 days, I don't decide. Because we do have a deadline on the grant. I mean, we probably could say we have somebody, but like anything else, like it's hard to get supplies or materials. We go hat in hand to the state and say we need more time, it's not our
How
fault.
much more probably with the electrical part there?
I don't know. I did get a email from, get the guy's name, from Family Dams.
Vic
Okay.
Singh.
Yes.
He's the one who put that in.
Yes, it was. He wanted to know if the electric was included, and I said, yes, look at you. So I think we need to make an adjustment. It's a lot of money.
I would check with Cool Temp as well and find out if there's includes the electric from the panel to the condensers.
And this says, what is this high voltage wiring performed by others, it said.
On Cool Temps?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not doing it either then. Most of the guys over in Greene County don't, because they know they have to have a certain license in order to do it, so they don't include it in that.
No, but they can't they get something to do it for them? You know, obviously charge it back to the customer, but.
Yeah. Yeah, when they're doing the bid process, they don't.
See, I like the idea that if the sun messes up, we still go to the people that we got to see.
Yeah.
That we hired.
That's what we did in the Pembroke Garage too, though. We got Jess
So
up there
Family
with
Dams.
Yeah.
electrical work.
Yeah.
One reason that's right, Family Dams is doing electric.
Yeah,
Yes.
because he asked me.
That's why he's probably a little more.
Sure. You know, I'm surprised that one of them came out and asked to do a site visit. Maybe they feel they don't need to, I know.
Yeah, most of them do enough of it that it's not.
Oh,
What are we gonna do with that? Family Dams is the only one doing electrical.
but if we went back and negotiated or figured out, all right, so we can compare apples to apples, do we want to give them the opportunity to give us a quote on the electrical and say, listen, you know, we want to make sure everybody's bidding on the same amount of work.
To do that, we have to have an estimate from an electrician to run from the panel box to each of the disconnects.
I'd rather they did it though. Let them quote. I mean, if they want it, they'll quote it.
Yeah.
But, so Family Dan, I'll take another look at it, but Family Dan's
Yeah.
right now appears to be the cheapest, or they're the only ones with the
They're
electric.
the only one with electrical, they're most expensive, but they're doing the electric.
Right.
How much is the electric on?
And don't
It's
specify.
not
It's not broken down.
Why do I go back to these folks, the other two, that don't have the electrical, and ask them for a quote on the electrical? I don't want to see either one of them not participate or get knocked out of the box, especially if it's to our advantage to maybe get a better price from Family Dan, then Family Dan. So unless they're the lowest in Family Dan's, fine.
Yeah.
It's gonna move dog in this fight.
I don't think it'd be easier to get an electrical quote from somebody local like Jesse.
Mhm.
And then just added it on to the other two. But then it's just going from the panel box here to each disconnect. These guys are all providing the disconnects out there. It's a question of running the 220 line from the panel box to each condenser.
I know what I think. I don't think we're ready to award this. Much as I want to get rolling on this, but I don't think we're ready.
Well, we have the quotes, and then if we can get a quote on the other, we can incorporate it into it. And then we can see.
Yeah. All right. I'll give this back to you, Carrie, to hold. I need a copy, of course. I'll give this back to you to hold, so and a motion to defer awarding this until we get a better handle on the electric.
I'll make a motion.
You were gonna say something, Mike?
Yeah, now, you said get a quote from Jesse, which is fine, but what if they get their own electrician and not use Jesse, their price might be different.
Well, we can ask them if.
Well, that's the thing, they're quoting this at that price without doing the electric. So
Yeah.
now, if we have a quote to do the electric, we know what it'll cost us. So if they go ahead and try and get one after the fact, and it's more than that, we just, well, we've got a guy who will do that. And he's a licensed electrician.
Yeah.
I think that's where you're gonna run into a problem, I think with both of these, I don't think either one of them has a licensed electrician.
Do we have to get?
So I don't think you get them to give you a quote on doing that.
They'd have to hire an electrician to do
Yeah,
it.
so, yeah.
Do we have to get more than one quote for an electrician?
Probably depends on how much it is.
Yeah, what's the limit
It doesn't say how much, they rolled it in.
No, we're saying
for getting a bid?
if we get a bid.
It's like 10,000?
I think they raised it to 20,000, and they go. If we have to get.
It
a quote.
depends on your
Oh.
Bids.
policy.
We have to get 3 quotes over $1,000.
Oh, is it?
Not a formal bid, if
Yeah,
it's over
that's a
like
quote.
25
That's a
or
quote.
something like that,
To go out for bid, it's gotta be 5,000.
something like, that. I think 10.
I thought we raised it.
They did to 10, it was worse. Depending on your point of view. You know all about that.
Story of my life.
So, all right, we're not ready. Hold on to this.
Well, I'm wondering, Carl made the motion, who's seconding it?
Oh, I'll
I made
second
a
it.
motion for.
Yeah, just defer until we have more information. You seconded it?
Kelly?
Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carry. Town, this is from last month. Nick has already started the baseball season. I haven't had any complaints, so I guess that things are going good. All stocked up. He's got his uniforms for kids. He's got baseballs, other material. Now I won't hear from him. Expensive. Annual Tire Day. You recall last month we voted to do Annual Tire Day on July 9th. And I immediately got a hold of our contract that we've been using for years to sell. The reason I like to sell out of Oneonta is not only do they provide the container, they also provide the disposal of the tires. They've got, I don't know if they sell them to somebody or they tear them up themselves. They're a big outfit. So long story short, I've called them multiple times. Very nice people. We'll get back to you because we don't have a date. We don't know if we can do that date or we don't have that size container. So, and I sort of gave up for about a week because I had other things to focus on. So it's only July. So like you guys told me, get the date that I can. And, but I don't want to do it on less than 2 weeks' notice because I like the town folks to know about it. And I've been hearing stories about a lot of tires that are been sitting for a while that have been identified. So I think we went with a 20-yard container last time. I may ask for a 30. Could be that much.
The worst time in the one with the corner.
Let's see, what tires from your garage over there? Just wait.
They're all,
They're on.
most of them went out for caps already.
Oh, you're capping them. I thought you were waiting for the,
No, we only have probably half a dozen.
oh, okay. All right,
No, that's why I'm on the front, I'll let the cats.
okay. So that's where we are on the tire day. A couple people have asked me or called me, said, I thought we were gonna do the tire day. My answer is, yeah, I thought we were too. But we'll get something done. We can't get Casella, we'll have to find somebody else. Good people, nice people. I've dealt with them for like 7 or 8 years now. Just that, I don't know, maybe we're too far from them. They are a big outfit, real big outfit.
Well, you said you were having trouble getting a dumpster for the house too, so maybe.
No, I didn't start on that.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I just said, I hope I don't have trouble with the dumpster.
Yeah,
I think it's a little bit different in that, that's not a specialized, this is just trash that they'll
Yeah.
take to a dump,
yeah. This is-
get it made, and we'll
There's
pay for it.
several fairly local people that do that.
Wrinkle.
Yeah, and we have,
We've got Eugene,
and we also have an account with Bloomfield, Good Kenny Health, or,
Bloomville's up.
yeah, and that's who we use to clean out the old firehouse. And we had more than we thought, like anything else. I called them up and said, we need to replace this dumpster with another one. And within 2 days, they were there. So I'm not worried about that. We can do that. And the last thing I have is the insurance.
Oh, that's not our thing.
No, I sent you an email. Read your emails. I sent you emails and I just got it Friday. But anyway, this is a proposal which I gave them a tentative okay, saying that if the board had any issues, then I would be back to them, and they said that was fine. There's nothing we added on there. We've added 1 or 2 pieces of equipment, plus we also added a couch from the house, which is about $500 or $600 at this point. It's really not that bad. She asked me, well, how old is it? They take down the information. 1880s. She started, you mean 1980s? No, 1880s. So anyway, this is business as usual. You know, it's the same amount of coverage that we've had in the past. So anybody has any objections, or you want me to tell them to hold off, if we're gonna be getting the invoice pretty soon? It's a lot. Actually, I already got the invoice, but I can't understand what it's for, so they're gonna have to put 8 different invoices. The renewal premium is $26,979.66, which is about, I don't know, about 4%. You gotta remember, we added more to it.
I looked at it when you sent it out.
Mhm.
I have no issue with it.
No, not bad at all.
Nope.
They're trying to push cyber quote everywhere, and we're starting to hear that some carriers are gonna eventually demand that we get that
What is it?
cyber quote in case we're hacked or something happens to our equipment to protect us, and we have to recover from it. The county has one, I think it's like $16,000. It's a lot of money. But I kind of think it's worth it. But they didn't have anything major identified with where we are. I answered some questions for about 15 minutes on the phone. They came back and said, well, here's some things that you need to do. Or I will be giving you some things you need to do. I don't know enough about this, so I'll give it to the county IT department to figure out if it's something we want to do. I mean, even our computers now, any laptops or equipment that we get to the county that has all the protections that they have. Several rings of security that you can't get. If you send something to somebody in the county, it has to go through this perimeter review. And if it looks okay, it goes to a second more steeper review. And then it goes through a third review. And I'll send an email to somebody, and it goes through. An hour later, I send another email, comes back saying, not accepted for cybersecurity purposes. I have no idea what the hell that's all about. Same person.
Or just a word or something?
Could be, or the source. I mean, we also have certain countries. It's coming from Belarus or Ukraine. I mean, they can fish it too and say it's from there. It could be from Middleburg. but they get real scrutiny. Because they've already tried to hack our Board of Elections database. Didn't, had nothing to do with the data or the voting integrity. They just want to know, they were testing it. They think it came from Russia, Leningrad, or whatever they call it now, St. Petersburg. It's, yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's how it is before. All right, that's all I have. It was pretty good, wasn't it? Less than an hour. Oh, wait, I think, I looked at you before, Sean, and I said, I was going to put him on the spot and ask him.
What?
Anything you want to tell us about the cemetery?
Yes, I removed the gates today, Ben and myself, and I cleaned the fish up a little bit.
Okay. You talk about the gate you removed?
Yes.
Was it heavy?
No,
I figured it was an old gate.
I'm going to take it back to the shop and prime it and paint it.
Okay.
One of the posts that the gate was hanging on, I have to remove that because they're overlapping. You know, so I want to have them the way they should be.
Mhm.
I'll do that.
Is that because they shifted over the years or something?
Not really, it looks funny to me, but
Okay.
when I go down and I'll find it.
All right. Good. The one on East Conesville Road, not East Conesville,
No,
Hubbard
Hubbard
Road.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the first one we want to know. Yeah, it's bigger than I thought. It goes down the hill. There's a hill there that just drops off. Yeah, I didn't either. Part of it's going to be very rough to cut. I don't think they buried too many people out. 45-degree angle.
well, you never know.
Yeah.
That's true.
Look at towards the road and then you don't
They run out of space, they'll use it.
The one down by D's.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We walked up there one day.
They were all called Root Hill one time.
Yes, they were. Okay. Anybody have anything they want to bring up for the board?
No.
All right. Okay, that's good. All right, I'll entertain a motion to review the invoices. And then those who want to hang around are welcome to. Anything happens after that, we're going to adjourn. Take care.
Have a good night now.
You said you had met with, PC or DEP or John?
Pete,
That's what I thought, but.
Yeah. Tuesday, next
You definitely pay
Well,
attention.
I think he's their reservoir, that's what's the first thing, you know.
In your shirt?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, what do you mean?
Short
Not,
month.
not specifically you, but in general, they only care about that stuff if they have a fine with it or something.
Oh, fine, yeah.
Scotland or Ireland?
Ireland.
Yeah, so we'll see.
And Ben, the guy that was with us, oh,
Actually,
Sean is the one on the hill, and Ben is his buddy. He lives, I think it was
Lori.
DiMaggio's house at one time. I think that's what it was, the two ponds.
South Ponds, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's where Maggio was.
yeah, they bought it.
I could listen to him
One
talk.
of the Maggios. Because
What?
that one, you had the one on.
Wow.
As you start up from
Yeah.
Hubbard,
So I was like,
East
eh.
Conesville, and there's a double wide six back in there.
Yeah.
But it's a
One of
good
the other
idea.
managers had a trailer
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And then if you come down Bear Hill,
Drive it off?
the first one right there before the
I do.
Oh, you do?
DEP land,
Mhm.
that was a
Why not?
Maggio
I'm
also.
just coming
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Maggio, I knew it was Joe DiMaggio.
Exactly.
How far is it?
It's
One of them was a
a
lawyer.
It's
And I was gonna say, the one that was by the ponds was Joe.
Right.
My dad's cousin was
Is he the lawyer?
He hasn't.
I don't know what
By
he
the
did.
pond.
He'll set it and when he hits the mile mark.
Where his trailer was, they built a house and they put two ponds right in front.
Yeah.
The driveway goes in between the two ponds.
And I told her, but I think it's about a mile.
Wow.
You can see it from the road.
He goes, "Well, I don't know."
I'd say half a mile.
Cemetery,
Wow, it takes me about 20 minutes.
and,
to teach him.
your mom, the Winchester, bones out of it.
adjourn now. We get a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Yeah. I'll make-
Carl makes the motion. Second from Carl, from Bob. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
We're adjourning.
Right, but Carl made the motion.
Yeah, 1 and 2. Carl, Bob.
What time tomorrow night? One more thing that I slipped my mind.
Let me just shut this off.
Go right ahead.
I got an audience here.